$900 increase to 4,500, right? It's not a 10x increase, it's just a 5x increase. Yeah. But the housing prices, right, is increased by
10 times.
10 times. Let's extrapolate the data, right, further, right?
Jesse.
Alright guys, it is 3:05 AM and you guys are in the studio.
Yes.
So I must commend your effort, I must commend your labor. Because Labor Day just ended, now we need to work.
No such thing.
Speaking of Labor Day, right, you guys caught the speech by DPM Mong?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, Labor Day is to give credit to the people who are working, right? So I think he did a very good job by, giving the spirit.
Like rolling them out.
Hype up a bit.
Yeah, watching the whole video I feel good And I think he touched on certain important points also. And some information that he actually never really mentioned in Parliament. Things like the economy, how is it changing and how is it affecting Singapore. And also housing.
Those are a few pointers he shared. And I think generally it helps people to know a bit more about what we are facing, which is a very good thing. But of course, I went into the comment section, I expected to see a fair share of praises and maybe a small amount of, dissent. Instead, I got the other way around.
What's new? What is
Expected
new?
Okay, I found a few comments. I'm just going to show like 3 of them. The first one is this. Okay, this guy named Titiko. I think we have to tell the PAP resoundingly loud in 2025 that the public housing is hardly affordable. Otherwise, they can't hear us.
I saw this exact comment when I saw the video.
Okay, second comment is by KS. Don't forget the PAP party holding all the money, but only gave a little bit money to Singaporeans. They call helping the people. Okay, a lot of people got this kind of nonsense to say. Another comment. Lam Tian Yan, with 9 to 10% GST and the extreme high cost of living. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrongly. I hope the PAP loses seats in Hougang, Aljunied, Sengkang, Punggol, West Coast, the East Coast and in Marine Parade for the next election.
That one, which TV you watch lah?
That's not an important question, no. Which restaurant you going lah?
Charging you 9 to 10%.
Must report them.
The
funny thing is, Hougang, Aljunied, Sengkang, all
Bodoh mati.
A lot of nonsense people But I want to bring it back to the first comment because this guy, he mentioned about how public housing is hardly affordable. And it is a sentiment that a lot of people hold. Maybe there is some merit to it. I'm not sure. I want to discuss, I want to find out. Because DPM mentioned this, he addressed the issue He said it's fair to hold this, but as in it's fair to hold that maybe it is expensive, but it is affordable. Why is it affordable? Because back in the 1980s, a HDB would cost maybe about 40k. Okay, today, roughly is about 400k for the same kind. Okay, 10 times the amount. He said that back then, the median household income was about $900. Whereas today is about $9,000. So, if let's say the property price has increased by 10 times and your median household income has increased by 10 times, they are both going in synchrony. Rising in tandem with each other. And that is how he justified maybe it is expensive, but it is affordable to the Singaporean citizens. What are your thoughts on this?
Okay, you know the example that he used, the 900 to 9,000 median household income? Okay, I don't think it's a good example to use. Okay, because of the disparity of income. Okay, so median, right, is like a dead center of a spectrum. So if you were to see the spectrum last time, right, the rich are not earning like millions. They're earning like maybe at max tens of thousands.
How you know Stanford Raffles didn't earn millions?
Okay, well, I give him at the end of the spectrum. But the poor, right, they're not earning nothing also, So we give them about like $200, $100. Yeah, and that's not a lot. So the median is $900, which is, I feel, a good representative of the median income because of the saturation. The end of the spectrum is not too far apart. But if you were to compare the spectrum now, the rich are earning like hundreds of millions. While the lower spectrum, right, they're earning 900, 1,002, 1,005. Yeah. So the median that he put is $9,000. Is it a true number? It is a true number. But we forget to see where the majority skew at or skew towards. Yeah.
So
And
the
that is
9,000 may not reflect well on the actual income people are making.
the realistic situation.
You look at back in the 1980s, right? The $900 household income, right, is most probably earned by one person, right? The man last time used to bring back the dough, right? But right now, right, just now what DPM have mentioned, right, $9,000, right, is a combined income of a couple. So one man, one woman, right? So right, from let's say you split those the male and female, right, the money into half, right, 4,500, 4,500, right. $900 increase to 4,500, right? It's not a 10x increase. It's just a 5x increase. Yeah, but the housing prices, right, is increased by
10 times.
10 times. Let's extrapolate the data, right, further, right? So let's say next time, right, the houses prices, right, is gonna increase by 10 times. Okay. Now the house is gonna cost $4 million. Yeah. So your income, right, $4,500, right, increased by 5 times is gonna be 22,500 times 2, $45,000, right? You see, $45,000, right, you have to pay for a house for a $4 million house. Do you think it's reasonable or not?
And it may not be in tandem with the 10 times now, huh?
Yeah, correct.
Math doesn't lie.
I think there's a better way to do the math though. Can I borrow your laptop?
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so right, I think that 9,000 is a bit too high lah, because you think about it, you know, for a young couple, right, if they want to buy a house, right, they are probably quite young, you know. So let's say we take a number that's more reasonable, maybe total income 5,000. Something that is not so, you know, so far.
Yeah.
A fair amount lah for a young couple.
Correct. Okay, this is the compound interest calculator. Okay, so this 5,000, right, let's say we put it for 5 years, okay, in our CPF. So our monthly contribution will be $1,850, okay, so it's 37% lah. 20% is from yourself, 17% is from the employer. And then 5 years, we put it inside, and then the interest rate is 2.5. So after calculating, you will get 116,000.
Wow, just 5 years, yeah?
Just 5 years, right?
Rich man.
Not bad, huh? So from this 116,000, correct, you will split this 62% of this 116,000 in your OA. So because this OA is to use for your down payment for your house,
okay.
Correct? So it will have about like 72,000 lah. We say 70,000. So let's say, right, this young couple, they want to buy a BTO in a non-matured estate. Let's say Bukit Batok. So probably
Don't buy Bukit Batok.
Don't buy tanah. That one cave, bro.
not bad lah. So I say about 350,000.
Around there.
Yeah, so about 350,000 we minus 70,000 down pay, we were left with about 280,000.
Okay.
So if let's say this 280,000, right, we put it in our as a mortgage lah for 25 years. And then for this 25 years, the interest is about 2.5 lah. So monthly payment, right, the couple has to pay 1.256K. So this amount is about 25% of their salary, monthly salary. So what Lawrence Wong said, right, is last time they used to, to pay your house is about 25% of their salary, correct? I mean, it's still expensive, but it's still affordable lah.
I take banking and finance, right? The rule of thumb is like 30 to 35%.
30
for
to
your housing
35%.
loan.
Yeah.
So this is considered quite affordable.
Still okay.
already.
Yeah. Another thing I want to address is this. DPM Wong actually talked about how there are a couple of economic crises, economic issues happening around the globe that is also affecting us. We can feel the effects of some of the things that have happened recently. And one of the things that is really affecting us is we are increasing our effective corporate rate tax. So what will happen from there is maybe some companies might want to consider leaving. Lawrence Wong actually shared that some MNC heads have spoken to him, shared with him, we love Singapore, there's a lot of things in it for us, but one of the main reasons why we come here is because it's a tax haven. Right now, if you increase the effective corporate tax to 15%, you lose that competitive advantage. Some have even said they might be leaving. One example he gave is Germany is negotiating a $10 billion deal with Intel to set up a plant in their backyard. And this, Lawrence Wong say, if let's say these big boys are playing this way, there's no way we can compete with them. We don't have the kind of resources to just throw. What we do have is this. We have skilled labor. Singaporeans are known for being talented individuals.
Yes.
And so if we continue to grind, continue to improve, increase our ingenuity, increase our innovation, increase our guts, our gumption, we will still remain a force in this region, maybe even the world, and we can retain all these people. What do you guys think about this?
Okay, you see, DPM Wong right said that we need to increase our innovation and also upskill our workers. If you want to compare, right, regionally at least, skilled workers, ingenuity, innovation, we're at the top of our game though.
We are the best.
Yeah, for many years, and we improve very fast also. But yet, the MNC still decides or plan to leave Singapore and set up in other countries where they offer certain incentives. So I can't help but to think, right, will increase in innovation and upskilling of our workers, right, change that decision of theirs? Is it the deciding factors?
Yes, I believe so. Okay,
Why?
the companies are coming in, right, because we are a tax haven, right? But next time, right, in 2 years' time, we're gonna increase our corporate tax to 15%. So it's no longer competitive, right? Some of the MNC is saying, right? So they are looking for other alternative country to invest their money in, right? So we lose out in the competitiveness lah. So let's say like Germany, right? Germany right now, the competitive advantage is increased, right? Because they are giving more incentives for the company to park their
Set up
money
there
there.
It's a different kind of age that they have
Yeah.
because they're giving you extra perks and stuff.
Yeah. So how does Singapore combat this? Right? We need to upskill our workers, we pump more money into R&D, we build better infrastructures. The things that Singapore is doing now, and we can actually expand. And then like for the past few years, like previously, right, we have been like pumping money into fintech, right? Fintech, and see Singapore is going along that way. Maybe the next one, right, is going to be like maybe Web3 or something. And then we're going to pump more money into R&D. This will incentivize companies to come back to Singapore.
Yeah, I think that's very fair, and I think that's very true also. If let's say we keep upskilling, we still will have that edge over others. Yes. But what I think KP is trying to say is, even if we upskill, will this make the ones that are choosing to leave change their minds? Because they are not leaving because we are unskilled. They recognize the skill, the talent that Singaporeans have, but they are choosing to leave regardless. Why? Because there are other incentives out there that is different from the skills that we are able to present.
But like our skill, we have expand our scope.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, so like last time maybe just a fintech, and now we Web3 or something.
Yeah,
so
but
I think in general, right, upskilling the people in the country, right, is always a good idea. Like, you guys heard of Astons?
Astons, the
Western food,
the Western food, right? You know, last time the plate of chicken is how much?
$5.90. I still
Really,
remember.
man?
I used to
$5.90.
eat after gymming.
Wow, I start with 690.
I started with 690 also.
590. Yeah, so 590. Then now the one plate of chicken is about
1190.
Yeah, 1190, right? But the question is, people are still willing to pay, and we are willing to pay still. But for some people, right, they no longer want to patronize that place. But you take a look at it. Have you heard of like price elasticity of demand?
Yes.
So what happened for that, right, is, you know, when it's like a rubber band, you can keep increasing the price higher and higher until it snaps. So when it snaps, you know that price point, you no longer can put on that price point. So for instance, right, maybe they have been trying 590, 690, 790. Now the best price is 1190. And you guess what? They are earning the most right now compared to 590. So I would think that if, let's say, we will do our part by upskilling all the employees, but maybe that's not a bad idea, because we keep the ones that can pay the 15% tax, rather than the ones that we have always been giving a lot of incentives and all those lower tax companies.
And given that our national revenue is maybe 30% or so coming from corporate tax,
Yeah.
maybe that would actually increase a lot. Then all the opposition have reason to spend more.